Hey, Orlando here, getting ready to start assignment 2 for the music production class from Coursera. In this assignment, I've selected to show how I would create a MIDI track and select an instrument and insert it into a project that I already have going. I've got a project that's already got a couple of MIDI tracks and an audio track, and I want to do one more MIDI track. So I will start off by creating and inserting a MIDI track. Came in right here. And then inside of that, I need to go to my instruments, my instrument rack, and I'm going to go to the piano and keys and select a MIDI instrument called EP Faceplant. I'll double click on that and it gets put right in here into my new MIDI track. So I'm going to select record there because that's where I'm going to be doing that. And before I start, I want to set up to have a 1-bar count in. I'm going to leave the counter off because I already have this music here. But if I wanted to have the counter on so that I could keep time through this particular project, I could just highlight it. But I'm going to turn that off. So now I'm ready to record my MIDI track. I've got an LPK 25 MIDI controller, and that's what I'll be using to play along with my music and adding this MIDI track. So here we go. You can see the notes being played there by the MIDI controller. Okay, that's enough. You get the point. I need to play through this whole piece, which is about 3 minutes long or so, but I'm not going to do that. But there we are. We've got all of the MIDI notes that were played by my controller, and I can select those and individually move them around and do whatever I need to do with them. But right now, what I'd like to do is quantize. Let me zoom in. Let me select all of them first. I want to do all of them at the same time. So let me zoom in, and all I have to do is right-click on one of the notes and select the quantize settings, and I can run that all the way up to 100% just so we can see what happens here, see how much change we get. Pretty good amount. Some a little early, some a little late. So I'm going to Control-Z that out and undo that, and I'm going to change that back to about 20%, 25% let's do, and see how that goes. And yeah, they move just a little bit. If I want to do another quantize, all I have to do is right click and select quantize again, and it will do that one more time at that 25%. So now I can play my piece again and see if it sounds any better. I could also, if I made a mistake, I could move these notes around and change them, but I'm not going to do that right now. Right here we're just looking to I can also take a look at the velocity. Okay, so there we go. In a project that I already had going, I created a MIDI track right here. I selected my instrument, the EP Faceplant. I can rename the track, maybe call it Lead Piano, so that when I put it into my arrangement view, I'll know what it is. And I selected my counting option. I recorded my track and quantized it. So that's how you do it, and using Ableton Live 9 Intro. And thank you very much for listening.